gentlemen, please have a seat. If you'd like one last chance to grab some water, grab some food, we've got some great folks over here grilling burgers and dogs and all the fixins. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to formally welcome you to Collin County, Texas. You know, all of us are very lucky. Why are we lucky? Because we are all here attending a Republican rally in the greatest country, in the greatest state, in the greatest county. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here this morning. My name is John Myers. I have the honor of serving as your Collin County Republican Party Vice Chairman, and this morning I'm serving as your MC. So folks, let's get started. This is a Republican rally, and of such, of course, we start our rallies off with a prayer. So if you would, please stand this morning, and we are very honored to have longtime Collin County Constable, the great Sammy Knapp, lead us in our invocation. Thank you, Sammy.
Father, we're thankful that we can meet today, dear God. Thank that everything that you've done to save us, Father, to bring us all together. Father, we want to do everything we can, bring glory and honor to your name. Thank you, Father, for the elected officials that are here, the potential people that are running for office. Father, give us all the guidance and the wisdom that we need to do your will. Father, watch everybody that's saving grace coming and going today, and the Labor Day that we're enjoying. Father, look around the labor and love that's here today. God, thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for sending your Son and saving our lives and our souls. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Sammy Knapp. So folks, you're in for some big treats today. We're first going to start off, we're going to have a special honor guard bringing in the Texas and U.S. flags, and we're going to follow that up with the pledges to the United States flag, the pledge to the Texas flag, and then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have the Honorable Shelby Williams, Plano City Council member. He is going to be singing here shortly a cappella the United States National Anthem. But first, please welcome Boy Scout, Girl Scout Troop number 261 under the leadership of Scoutmaster Roger London and general leadership of Daniel Long to present the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, Scout Troop number 261.
Color guard, halt! Color guard, post the colors. Scout salute.
Ladies and gentlemen, leading us in the pledge to the flag of the United States is Judge Randy Johnson.
God bless America and all these great patriots here today. Will you join me in saluting to our flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Judge Johnson. Leading us in the pledge to the Texas flag, Allen City Council member Darren Mize.
To the greatest state in the Union, honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, Darren. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. We would like to welcome Plano City Council member Shelby Williams singing a cappella the anthem of the United States of America. Shelby.
If you're not already, please rise for the national anthem to the greatest nation in the history of the world. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, oh, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shelby Williams, Plano City Council member. Please remain standing as we dismiss the colors.
Color guard, return to post. Color guard, halt. Color guard at ease, audience at ease.
Thank you. You may be seated. Round of applause for Scout Troop 261. Thank you all very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are in for one tremendous treat today. We have outstanding featured speakers. But before we get to those speakers, I would like to invite, if you are an elected official at any level, and if you're here this morning, I would ask you to please come forward to my left, your right. We would like you to introduce yourselves if you are a candidate for any office and identify as a Republican. Then we'd like you to come forward as well. So please, line up here. You'll have a chance to introduce yourself and say hello to everybody here. I see Judge Tom Nowak. Come on up, Tom. You'll be first in line.
Howdy, everybody. Good morning. I am Tom Novak. I am your judge of the 366th District Court. I am not running for anything. I'm already your judge. I'm here to do your work. I'm here to help out. So if there's anything you need, come ask me. I can't get you out of the parking ticket, though. So vote Republican. Vote all the way down ballot. Vote for our judges. Don't forget about them. They're really, really important. And more than anything, they're probably going to affect your life on a day-to-day basis than anybody else in the here. So, again, vote down ballot for all your judges that are on the ballot this year, and I'll let the other judges talk. Y'all have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. It is truly my honor to be one of your honors. Judge Jennifer Edgeworth in the 219 District Court. Just want to echo everything that Judge Novak just said. God bless America. God bless this county. We are so happy to see you all here today, and for everyone that we are here to support in this next race. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Justice Emily Miskell. I've served you as a judge here in Collin County for 8 years. Recently, Governor Abbott appointed me to the Court of Appeals. I'm currently the only Republican on the Court of Appeals. So I need your help today because in order to stay on the ballot, I need 250 signatures from registered voters. So if you want to keep a Republican on the Court of Appeals, I'm going to pass my little clipboards, and if you're a registered voter, I need you to sign. Thank you very much.
Sorry about that. My name is Terry Gilmore. I'm a Vietnam veteran, so I've got the sage and orange stuff. Anyway, closer? Thank you. And I'm just running for a small little part up in Princeton. I'm running for the city council because I'm sick and tired of people going left, left, left. I'm trying to get them back right, right, right. Again, my name is Terry Gilmore. If you live up there, please, I need your vote. Thank you.
We're looking for everybody to come out and help us in Princeton. We have 5 people running on city council and 2 for school board, and we're going to make Princeton red again. So please help us. Thank you so very much.
Good morning. My name is Cam McCall, and I'm running for tax assessor collector. I'm 5th generation Collin County resident. I love this county. Love this state. So please vote for me, Cam McCall, tax assessor collector. Thank you and God bless you.
Good morning. My name's Anna Wiley, and I am on the Sherman ISD School Board. And I just want to encourage each of you to get involved in the school board elections as they come up in your city, in your district. Have a great day.
Good morning, everyone. John Poro. I am running for U.S. Congress in Congressional District Number 3. I'm running on a pro-life, pro-family, pro-freedom, pro-America platform. Fully supportive behind Ken Paxton and fully supportive behind our president, Donald J. Trump. Hopefully get your vote. I'll be in the back to talk to y'all.
We're coming together. We're Wise County. We're the precinct chairs, Charles Bass and Rod and Brenda Platt. And Wise County is strong for Texas and for Ken Paxton. We're having a huge Patriot dinner coming up on the 9th. Alan West and Ronnie Jackson, and there's flyers at the front, and we'd love for you to come. It's an amazing event to help the Republican Party, also the veterans. God bless you guys, and go Ken Paxton.
Morning, guys. My name is Gino Valici. I'm a councilman in Wiley, Texas. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Dennis London. I'm a constitutional conservative, a Marine Corps veteran, and I'm running for State House of Representatives in District 33 to replace the impeachment voter for Paxton. He is, thank you. He's violated his oath of office by voting to infringe on the First Amendment, voting to infringe on the Second Amendment. There's a slew of other things as well. As a constitutional conservative, I think we need to get back to having statesmen and not politicians. So less Austin, more Texas. God bless you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome out. It's Labor Day. God bless America, for sure. My name is Mike Gould. I'm your Collin County District Clerk, just elected this last cycle. Thank you so much for your votes and your hard work. I'm here for you if you ever need anything up at the courthouse in Collin County. Thank you very much.
Morning, Collin County. Shelby Williams, privileged to serve on Plano City Council. And as a little plug, every year during Constitution Week, I give a free to the public Constitution 101 seminar. This year it's going to be on Tuesday, the 19th of September from 6 to 8 p.m. at Lord of Life Lutheran Church in Plano. If you know anyone who can learn more about the Constitution, and that's everyone, then bring them on down. Thank you.
Appeals. Hi, everybody. I'm Krista Shield, and I'm running for State Representative in House District 2 in an open seat special election this November 7th. I'm a shield. I'm Krista Shield, a shield for your constitutional rights in AB 2, and I've been rallying for Ken Paxton. We're going down to pray for him on Tuesday, and I've been quoting Francis Schaeffer all along in my election cycle. And the quote goes, "The biblical morality, a new elite will always come forward to dictate arbitrary absolutes to society. Are we done with the tyrannical elite or what?" Elect Krista Shield. Thank you very much.
Howdy, I'm Steve Kennard for House District 70. I am a proud native Texan. I have 3 children born here in Texas. We will restore parental rights in the state of Texas. We will deliver universal school choice and education freedom in this state. I'm an oil and gas entrepreneur by background. We will fix our grid by investing in reliable energy. I want to keep Texas free and prosperous. Steve Kennard for House District 70.
My name is Darren Vice. It is an honor and a pleasure to serve on the Allen City Council. Real quick, get it up for the leadership of the party here. Terry Wade, John Meyer, Abraham George. These guys are rock stars. Thank y'all for coming out.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Joe Collins. I think a lot of you know me from our historic run when I ran against Maxine Waters in 2020 in California. Recently located to Texas. Also going to be running in State House District 70. But more overly, my goal is to get more people registered as Republicans in Plano to the Republican Party. In California, we were able to register over 50,000 new Republicans. So I look to bring that same energy here. My name is Joe Collins, Texas State House District 70. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dwayne Kurtz. I'm running for Thompson's office. All right, now you can hear me. My name is Dwayne Kurtz. I'm running for the Constable's office, Precinct 2, Collin here in Collin County. It's on the east side of the county. Remember, vote for me, Dwayne Kurtz, Constable, Precinct 2. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Angela Powell. I represent you currently on the Plano ISD School Board. And I had won your first term, I've won your second term, and about to announce another race. So thank you. Again, my name is Angela Powell, and I represent you on Plano ISD.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Sammy Knapp. Welcome to Precinct 3. I'm your constable here. I'm in my 4th term coming up. I need your support. I'm a 47-year law enforcement officer, and I certainly appreciate everything that y'all have done for the GOP. Thank you.
Hey guys, this is Kathy Alexander, and I represent you on the Collin College Board of Trustees. Thank you. I have a 6-year term, so I'm learning a lot this year, and we'll hit them hard next. I'm Kathy Alexander, and I represent you on Collin College Board of Trustees.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Carolyn David Graves, and I am running for City Council in Princeton for Place 7. I am running because I want to ensure that the things we hold dear, the things that make us as a country great, are maintained, and we hold to those things. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about these outstanding candidates? One more round of applause for their office holders and candidates. All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for our first featured speaker? Are you ready? Let me introduce to you our Collin County Republican Party Chairman Abraham George. He has served the party in many major capacities, most recently as the Senate District 8 representative on the State Executive Republican Committee. He is a successful business owner, a family man, and a servant leader. By the way, Abraham was born and raised in India, and he legally immigrated to the United States. He is married to his wonderful wife, Gina, and they have 2 great school-age children. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Collin County Republican Party Chairman Abraham George.
Thank you, John, and thank you for being here today. This is wonderful, right? And it's not 108 degrees, so that's even better. We got some shade. I appreciate every one of you for showing up today. This is wonderful. We got some awesome line of speakers. A.G. Paxton is here. Our commissioner is on his way. We've got our county judge. Many others are on their way. What I want to talk about is we are at a place in our country at a crossroads. We are bombarded by the media with wokeism, climate cultism, and gender ideology. Those are the 3 major items the leftist media is pushing out on a daily basis to our children. If you look at our schools, what we see is these principles are overrun, and we don't get to learn about our actual history of the United States, how great this country is, how awesome to be living in a country where you can actually pray, you can sing the national anthem, you can do the Pledge of Allegiance, and there are countries where you cannot do any of that stuff. In fact, if you walk around with a Bible, you will be arrested in many nations around the world, including China. And we are so thankful we live in a nation that is free and fair. I don't know if I want to say that about our Justice Department these days, but we'll get it back in about 2 years. That's why you're all here. That is why I am so thankful that you are all going to be working hard to get real Republicans elected in 2024. The entire mission statement of Collin County GOP is one thing, and that is to elect Republican candidates to offices. That is it. Everything else is a supplement. We have Labor Day rallies, we have July 4th rallies, we do Lincoln Day, all of those things. It is absolutely wonderful, but if you don't get Republicans elected to the offices, none of that matters anymore. So I want to say thank you, especially thank you to my precinct chairs. If you are a precinct chair in Collin County, would you raise your hand or stand? These are the people. Thank you so much. These are the people who are making a difference every day in our community. These are the people who are working. I don't do the entire county. I just give them some directions, and they usually tell me that's not how it works. So, but thank you for being a precinct chairs. And I want to especially thank our volunteers today. All of you who are not a precinct chair, but you've been a volunteer for Collin County Republican Party, would you stand or raise your hand? All of our volunteers. So many of you are out there cooking and helping. Thank you all for doing all the hard work. In the next few months, our primary is going to be opening, and you see a lot of our candidates come up. We're going to have a lot more candidates, and once that is done, the primary election is done, we are going all in to get every seat in Collin County to be having Republicans elected, including HD 70. It's time to get Mahela out. We have 2 candidates already. We might have more. We will find the best candidates, and we will get that district back. I want to finish by saying one thing. If any of your elected officials, if you don't feel like they're doing their job, get them out, even if they're Republicans. And I hope you can read between the lines. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you all. Thank you, John.
Ladies and gentlemen, Abraham George. Thank you, Abraham. So, folks, I've been informed that we've got eating burgers and dogs and all types of drinks here. And also, we're going to take just a moment. We're going to take a break because we're going to change out the batteries in this microphone as well. So, see you guys back here in 10 minutes, or we'll have the featured speakers. We have one more announcement.
All right, can you hear me? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if you can hear me. All right, thank you for coming out here. Now, I've got a group of students from Trinity Christian Academy. They're at the Kids Zone. If you have children, notice my microphone is not cutting out. Everybody, y'all notice that? Just saying. We have Kids Zone. We have face painting. We have an Easter egg hunt. We have tattoos, spin to win. Make sure you thank them for coming out. We got Rosemary Mintel, she's a volunteer coordinator. Judy Neal, Debbie Oran, all these people came up early this morning to come help and sit out, and y'all can spread out too. So God bless you. Thank you for showing up. And maybe we really don't need batteries. We just need louder speakers. Go eat. What are you waiting for? Go.
Testing, testing. Microphone check. Microphone testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. gentlemen, we are ready to go for the next round of speakers. So if you would please find a seat, get ready, grab that cold drink, grab that food, have a chair, because we are ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a fantastic treat. Our next speaker is our featured speaker from the 3rd Congressional District. Let me tell you just a couple of things about our United States Congressman Keith Self. In case you didn't realize this, but Keith was born in a military hospital during his father's service in the United States Army. After graduation from high school in Amarillo, Keith accepted an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point, where there he began a 25-year service to our country. Upon retiring from the Army, Keith was elected Collin County Judge in 2006. He served 3 consecutive terms before retiring in 2018. But let me tell you something, Keith's service to our state and to our nation did not end in 2018. Last year, Keith was elected as our United States Congressman from the 3rd Congressional District. While in Congress, Keith has already made a huge positive impact. Keith was one of the 20 Republican congressmen that held leadership's feet to the fire to make sure that we have conservative principles. Let me tell you something, Keith Self has rightfully earned the moniker that he is Texas tough. Ladies and gentlemen, United States Congressman Keith Self.
Well, thanks. What a great turnout. What a great turnout. It's good to see everybody on Labor Day. You have up toward the top. There we go. Got the secret. You have a heavy-hitting lineup from the state, so I'm going to focus on D.C. If you don't mind today. I can tell you very few leaders have a vision statement as succinct as Margaret Thatcher. You may remember her during Reagan days. She was the Iron Lady of the UK. She said, "Let me give you my vision. A man's right to work as he will, to spend what he earns, to own property, to have the state as servant and not master." Great vision statement. Folks, your federal government is in full throttle when it comes to destroying your liberties as fast as it can. The Biden administration. If that administration succeeds, the government will become the master and we will slip into servanthood. Before we get to my 3 main topics, which most of you may have heard already, which are the national debt, the southern border, the open border, and China, I want to offer some insights on the weaponization of the federal government, which is real. The FBI wants a headquarters just outside of Washington, D.C. Bigger than the Pentagon. Bigger than the Pentagon. I served in the Pentagon decades ago, and let me tell you, the Pentagon is one huge building. Well, I see no justification for the FBI to having that large of a headquarters, first of all, and certainly in Washington, D.C. And I don't think we're going to reward the bad behavior of the FBI with that headquarters. I spoke to my friend Jim Jordan just weeks ago about the weaponization. He's the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, as you know. And I will tell you that Jim Jordan and Jamie Comer are doing the Lord's work there. When we get back to D.C., I believe the Speaker will announce an impeachment inquiry. Now, I can't tell you who it's going to be against. The evidence that we're getting is the Biden family. So it may be the Biden family, it may be Garland, it may be Mayorkas. I don't know who it's going to be, but it will be somebody. Speaking of President Biden, his administration is governing by executive order. We've passed 4 laws into law this year. He's given us 12 executive orders over that same time period. In addition to him governing by executive order, the moral foundations of this nation are being undermined in unimaginable, degrading ways. If God's red line, if God's judgment is a red line, I think the liberals have crossed God's red line with abortion. We have 210 Democrats that voted for abortion up to and including the day of birth. Absolutely murder. That's murder. That's not health care. Prison for peaceful protesters outside of abortion clinics. Jail for protected free speech. Executive orders taking your Second Amendment rights away and making overnight felons of tens of millions of Americans. That's what's going on. Plus, you will buy an electric car by 2032 if Biden has his way. Where is the line? Where is the line between a republic and tyranny? And I believe that we're frankly approaching that line very quickly. Folks, we either stand firm for our traditional Judeo-Christian values, which include life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, or we begin slipping into tyranny. We in Congress, I believe, will have to use our power of the purse in a dramatic way in this fall. And I think you're going to see it as we start cutting off the source of funding for some of the inept agencies and departments. 14 of your, absolutely. 14 of your Texas Republicans have signed the letter, including me, that says we're not going to vote for the Department of Homeland Security unless we see major substantive changes on the border. Mayorkas gone, the wall built, policy changes. And I can't promise you that there won't be sacrifices when we use our power of the purse. In the vote for the Speaker of the House, as John has already told you, a small group of us stood against the establishment until we got a return to regular order. We knew there'd be consequences. There are consequences, but they weren't difficult because I knew that you did not send me to Washington to join the ruling class. You sent me, as we used to say on the last campaign, you sent me to Washington to be your voice and your vote, and I think you sent me there to do exactly that. Now, if something else is what you want, there will be plenty of names on the ballot next March. But I am prepared, and I think you are prepared for the consequences of us using the power of the purse in a dramatic way. I go back to the founders. During the after the Constitutional Convention, one of the founders mentioned to another that he remembered a day when the heavy man said, "I shall have a great advantage over you, Mr. Jerry, when we are all hung for what we are doing. From the size and weight of my body, I'll die in a few minutes. From the lightness of your body, you shall dance in the air an hour or two before you are dead." Folks, we've got to understand that the consequences of turning the Biden administration around may be severe, but for the sake of your children and your grandchildren, we need to do it. We've got to stand against the spending and the weaponization of the DOJ and make a change in this nation. The power of the House of Representatives is through the power of the purse. And folks, we may not have another opportunity to vote as an independent branch of government if we do not stand now. $32 trillion in debt. We must change the trajectory. We may not have the luxury of fighting the next battle. Your phone calls, your emails make a difference. I encourage you to keep it up. A republic only exists because of an informed and engaged citizenry. I ask you to become informed and engaged. I think I'm going to leave it there because because y'all are making the difference. Look at the change in Ukraine. I've been saying since the beginning that Europe needs to step up and take more of it while we pivot to China, because China is determined to take down the United States. We've made a change there, and we're going to make a change to pivot toward China in the Congress. You keep up your engagement. You keep supporting me and the other conservatives in the House of Representatives, and we'll get this done. As Eisenhower said on D-Day to my 1st unit, the 82nd Airborne Division, full victory, nothing else. Thank you for being here today. Let's go on to victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, United States Congressman Keith Self. So, ladies and gentlemen, next up is the highest county-wide elected official in Collin County. You all know who that is. That's our county judge, Chris Hill. Now, Chris, before you come up here, I got to tell these guys a couple little secrets about you. Many people don't realize that you not only been our county judge, but you were previous to that, you were Collin County Commissioner from Precinct 3 from 2012, and then reelected in 2016, and then became our county judge. Not only that, Chris Hill is a 6th-generation native Texan. How about that? And finally, I want people to realize something about our county judge. Chris Hill is a certified public accountant. He is a chartered global management accountant, and he is a certified fraud examiner. Those are some fantastic credentials for a county judge. Please welcome Collin County Judge Chris Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is wonderful to see so many of you here. When I talk to county judges across the state and across the Metroplex, of course, I always brag on Collin County, and this is why I get to brag about Collin County. You are fantastic. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being the strongest Republican Party in the state of Texas. I am thrilled to be able to serve with you and beside you. This morning, I'm grateful to hear from Congressman Self talk to us about the issues in D.C., and I'm grateful to hear from our statewide leaders talk to us about the issues in Austin. But here at home, that's where the fight is for us. Because we know this, we say this all the time. As Texas goes, so goes the nation. But we know that here in Collin County, as Collin County goes, so goes Texas. We are the reddest large county in the state of Texas. We are the bellwether for Texas. We are the leaders of Texas. And that is you, all of you who serve, who work, who give up of your time and your talent and your treasures to keep this county red and to make sure that we keep leading well. When I ran to be your county commissioner, when I ran to be your county judge, I made you promises. I made you a promise that I would stand for limited government, for low taxes, that I would stand for public safety, for criminal justice, for election integrity. And I am proud to tell you that I have kept those promises, and I'm proud to be able to stand in front of you to say that we continue to fight for those values, for our shared Texas values. And I thank you for being in that fight with me, and I thank you for being here today. God bless all of you, and God bless Collin County.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about our county judge, Chris Hill? So, folks, it's now time to hear from one of our main featured keynote speakers. You know this gentleman because you know his white cowboy hat that he wears all the time. I'm talking about Sid Miller, Texas Agriculture Commissioner. Let me tell you just a couple of things about Sid. He has devoted his entire life promoting Texas agriculture. He promotes rural communities, and of course, he promotes the great state of Texas. Sid graduated with honors from Tarleton State University in Stephenville with a bachelor's degree in agriculture and vocational education. Let me tell you, Sid Miller was elected statewide as our agriculture commissioner in 2014, and then he was reelected to his second term in 2018, and then he was reelected to his third term last year. And by the way, Sid Miller received almost 4.5 million votes, more than any other Texas agriculture commissioner has ever received. Please note something that's very important about Sid Miller. You may recall back in 20 and 21, when all these different elected officials, and many of them not elected, started closing down businesses left and right, closing everything. But let me tell you about the wisdom of Sid Miller. Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller declared numerous companies and firms in the agriculture sector as essential businesses, saving thousands of jobs and enabling Texas businesses to keep their doors open. By the way, I have a little secret to tell you about Sid Miller. Sid is quite a guy, let me tell you. Sid Miller breeds and trains American quarter horses, but in his spare time, he is a recognized rodeo cowboy who holds 12 world championship titles. Did you know that about Sid? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you our Texas State Agriculture Commissioner, Sid Miller.
Well, good morning, Patriots. It's sure good to be with y'all here today and on this great Labor Day weekend. Thank y'all for taking time out of your weekend to come out and get your batteries recharged full of red, white, and blue and all the patriotism we can stuff in there. I am your Agriculture Commissioner in my third term, just as was said. And he said I had more votes than any Agriculture Commissioner. But you know what? I got more votes than anybody in the election, more than the governor, lieutenant governor, everybody. So thank y'all for that. I appreciate that. You know, I'm a 8th generation farmer and rancher. I still make my living off the land in Stephenville, Texas, where I raise cattle and horses and various crops. I've got 2 sons and 2 beautiful daughter-in-laws, 5 grandkids that are just beautiful, and my wife is with me today, Deborah, and I have been married 46 years. Give her a hand. I'll tell you a quick story about her. She's the hero in the family. About 30 years ago, she was a counselor at the local high school. And she came home one day and she said, I quit my job. I said, oh no. Because every successful farmer and rancher, the key to their success is they have a wife that has a good job in town. So that didn't sound too good. I said, what'd you do that for? She said, I'm going to start a high school for these dropouts. I'm going to get them off the street. I'm going to get them a high school diploma, and we're going to make productive citizens out of them and get them off the government roll. I said, okay, let's go for it. So she did. She opened an at-risk high school there in Stephenville. She opened a second one in a residential treatment center where they're adjudicated by the courts to go get off drugs or alcohol or whatever reason.
She did that for 25 years, and about 7 years ago, she decided to retire. So she retired, and she come home, and she put everything she had into saving those kids, so she didn't really have any hobbies. And this was pre-grandkids. So I travel a lot. I'm going all the time. I just got back from Canada, the Tri-National Accord. I was down in Corpus Christi last week. I've got to go to Wyoming this next week to a conference. So I'm just gone all the time. So I came in one day, and she's on the couch. I said, honey, you got to do something besides listen to Rush Limbaugh and watch Fox News. Some of y'all were guilty of that. Bless Rush, he was a good one. He's gone now. But she said, yeah, I'm getting really bored. I'm going to find me a hobby. So about 2 weeks later, I'm in Houston. She called. She said, I found a hobby. I just love it. You're going to love it. It's great. I said, good. What is it? She said, oh, no. When you get home, I'll just show you. So a couple of days, I get home, walk in the house. I said, okay, honey, let's see your hobby. She said, well, come out in the backyard. I'm going to show it to you. So we walked out in the backyard. There it was. The most beautiful chicken coop I'd ever seen. I said, this is great. The First Lady of Agriculture is a poultry farmer. I'll make a campaign commercial. This is perfect. I'm so proud of you. Let's go see your chickens. So we walk over and we look in the chicken coop. She's got a young rooster. She's got an old rooster and one hen. I said, come on, honey, you're a country girl. You know that's not going to work. Get rid of one of those roosters and go get you some more hens. She said, oh, no, you don't understand. I said, apparently not. What did I not understand? She said, that hen needs both those roosters. I'm thinking, why would that hen need both those roosters? She said, well, you see that old rooster? I said, yeah, what about him? She said, well, he travels a lot. He's gone all the time. Okay, I got the message. She drove that point home, so we worked it out. As you can see, I just take her with me everywhere I go now. I don't leave her at home. I've been real busy at the department, working hard for you, but unfortunately under this current administration, I spend about 40 to 50% of my time fighting back against the federal government. We've filed several lawsuits. The first one I filed as a farmer. I didn't file as a agriculture commissioner. I didn't want to use taxpayer dollars. But the Biden administration came out with some pandemic relief for farmers, and I'm for that. We need to help the farmers. We got to keep food on the table. And they were going to forgive any USDA loans or USDA guaranteed loans at 120%. So if you just had a loan for $100 grand, they're going to wipe it off the books and send you a check for $20 grand, which is kind of crazy. I didn't sue for that. Probably should have. But what I sued for was how you qualified for the loan. To qualify for the loan, you had to be black or a minority. White people need not apply. You're not eligible. I said, what? That's racist. We can't do that. We can't end racism in this country if we keep doing racist stuff. They said, that's reverse racism. I said, no, it's not. You're basing the government benefit on the color of somebody's skin. I don't care what color it is. So I sued them, made a class action lawsuit, and we won that suit. So we're not... The next lawsuit I filed as the Ag Commissioner. And one of the things I do is I run the nutrition programs. I'm responsible for 5 million school meals each day. So I run the school lunch program, school breakfast program. So the Biden administration came out and said, all right, you're going to abide by our LGBTQ guidelines in your schools, or we're going to let your kids go hungry. You're going to adopt all of these guidelines: drag time, story hour, gender neutral bathrooms, boys playing in girls sports. I said, in Texas, we're not doing that. No. And I tell you what, I've got a really good lawyer. Y'all may know him. His name's Ken Paxton. lawsuit. Ken represented me. Of course, I've got a legal team. We also worked on it, and we beat that down, and we beat them again. And no one in the United States has to follow their LGBTQ guidelines and force it on our children. So that was another. Filed suit against the EPA and the Corps of Engineers over the waters of the U.S. I beat that once under the Obama administration, but Biden decided to bring it back for another round. Of course, Ken Paxton represented us. There was others joined the lawsuit, the General Land Office, a couple of more. But anyway, we got an injunction and we stopped it, and where other states had failed. So thanks again for Ken Paxton for his team over there standing up for rural agriculture. You know, it was real hard during the pandemic. A lot of things. We run the Office of Rural Health Care, so we had to get supplies to those rural hospitals. I had to go from feeding those 5 million school meals in the cafeteria one day, and the next day I had to figure out how to feed those kids at home. So I had to get a lot of waivers. You know, waivers is just permission to break the rules. But I'll tell you, I got the coolest job. I get to do stuff you never hear about. I'm going to tell you about one of them. So you remember back during the pandemic when we ran out of toilet paper? Yeah, we ran out of toilet paper. You're laughing now. That was serious then. You wasn't laughing then. You couldn't find a roll of toilet paper on any shelf anywhere. Well, one of my inspectors was over at this huge distribution warehouse. He was inspecting eggs. He called me. I said, what is it? He said, boss, this warehouse is full of toilet paper. I've never seen this much toilet paper in my life. There's enough toilet paper here for every man, woman, and child in the state of Texas. I said, why aren't they shipping it out? He said, I don't know. I said, go get the manager. I want to talk to him. So I got the manager on the phone. I said, hey, what are y'all doing sitting on that toilet paper? We need it. Let's get it out the door. He said, I can't sell this toilet paper. Why can't you sell toilet paper? He said, well, it's illegal to sell this toilet paper in the state of Texas. I said, why would it be illegal to sell toilet paper in the state of Texas? He said, well, Texas has a law that anything sold retail in the state, the instructions have to be in English, and this is all Spanish. I said, I don't think I know anybody that needs instructions on how to use toilet paper. Really? I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get you a waiver, which means you'll have permission to sell that in Texas. Would you call your superiors and see if you could sell that toilet paper right here in Texas instead of shipping it to Mexico? He said, I'll see. About 45 minutes, I had the waiver. I emailed it to him. I called him back. I said, what'd they say? They said, if you get that waiver, we're gonna let Texans have this toilet paper. So boom, and next week y'all had toilet paper again. How about that? It's a fun job. We do a lot of marketing for the state of Texas. It used to be, before I came, just agriculture products. We've expanded that to any kind of Texas-made product. We have people like Gulf States Toyota, SpaceX, and we have a lot of fun projects we do. We have our own NASCAR team. We have a car on the NASCAR circuit. Every sponsor on there is a Texas company. We have our own TV show. Comes on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. You can catch us on RFD TV. It's called Texas Agriculture Matters. We're in 55 million homes across North America, telling them all the good things about Texas and Texas Ag. It's kind of like a Bob Phillips Country Reporter. If you haven't seen that, tune in if you get that channel. But you know, looking down the road, we've got a lot of work left to do. I'm so frustrated. I've been working over 4 years on this one project, and I just knew we would get it done this time. It's one of the stupidest things we allow to happen. I just can't imagine any human thinking that it's a good thing to let this happen. So we have to stop China from buying any more of our farmland. The Senate had a great bill. They had actually two bills, and they passed it out in record order, just like they did everything we'd asked them to do. Sent it all to the House, where most of it died. Well, they sent this bill to stop China from buying any more farmland to the State Affairs Committee. Of course, it never got a floor vote. And why is that? That's because the Democrats still run the House. We've got to stop that. You know, yesterday was opening of dove season. But you know what other season is open? Rhino season. And I'm going hunting. I hope some of y'all go with me, because I'm getting tired of these guys. I'm going to take them out.
That's right.
I've had it. We still haven't fixed the electric grid. The only reason the grid hasn't gone down is the winds is kept blowing. And it would have went down one day last week, but they got some showers in Harris County down by Houston, and that took the load off the grid. So, but it's not fixed, folks. I think this is the 7th or 8th day in a row that we've had, warnings to conserve, or the grid will go down. We haven't fixed our elections. There's still problems with it, which y'all know what I'm talking about. Right here in Texas, you think we could fix that? We haven't. And this last thing I'm going to mention to you may not be on your radar, but it's just as big as our southern border being open, which we didn't do anything there. Threw some more money at it, but we didn't do anything to actually change the tide. This next thing I want you to listen. It's called the Biden 30 by 30 plan. And that it's a global plan. They've already launched it in Europe, and it's just phase 1. Phase 2 is the 50-50 plan. And what that is to idle 30% of our land in the United States by the year 2030. And they're already well on the way. They're using the Endangered Species Act to shut down farming, ranching, logging, gas and oil exploration. They're kicking people, these ranchers, off BLM land, Forest Service land, National Parks land, not renewing the leases. They're manipulating the Conservation Reserve Program we call a CRP. It's a program where you idle highly erodible land. If those farmers mess up, that land will convert and become the federal government become owners of their farmland. So I'm holding a summit here in the Metroplex this month, September 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. If you want to attend, I think it'd be great. You need to be there. Somebody needs to be there representing you. But you can get all the information at American Stewards for Liberty. American Stewards for Liberty. Look it up. They're a great organization. Well, folks, it's been great to be with you today. I'll thank y'all for coming out. I'll leave you with one last thought. Every one of us here probably has a pastor or a priest or a rabbi. Just helps us walk closer to God. Death in the family, marriages, all of that. That's very important. Most of us here probably have a family physician that we can confide in when one of our family members gets sick. And that's all important. But here's what I want you to think about, maybe you haven't thought of lately. Every day, for the rest of your life, 3 times a day, you're going to need a farmer. God bless you. Thank y'all very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller. Folks, we are now ready to hear from Collin County's very own State Senator Angela Paxton. I want you to know a couple things before Angela comes up here. I need you to know a couple things about Angela. Angela Paxton is the first educator to be elected to the Texas Senate in over 20 years. Our state senator, she describes her job really in 3 words: listen, learn, and lead. And lead she does. Angela has stood steadfast in the face of adversity and never wavered on her strong conservative values, whether it was protecting the unborn, helping to secure the border, lowering our property taxes, or protecting children against woke ideology. Angela Paxton has been there. By the way, I want to tell you a couple things about Angela that perhaps you didn't know about. Due to her leadership skills and ability to shepherd her fellow senators to support conservative legislation, Angela Paxton was elected by her fellow Republican senators to be chairman of the Senate Republican Caucus. That is not only quite an honor, but it demonstrates Angela's high standing with her fellow senators and why she is so effective as our state senator. To those of us who know Angela personally, we love her so much because she is personable. Angela is humble, a great listener, and quite frankly, she's just a down-to-earth great person. Angela Paxton is a wonderful example of what the scriptures call a servant leader. Please help me welcome our state senator, Angela Paxton.
With you, and I love you so much, and I mean it, because if I weren't here, I'd be home with my 2 little grandsons that are visiting me. So you are special people to me. Thank you. But it's really, really good to be home. I was even thinking this morning, we all know in The Wizard of Oz, right? Dorothy says, "There's no place like home." She had ruby slippers. I got something else. But there really is no place like home. And I am so overwhelmed by your support, by your encouragement, by your prayers, by your friendship. Thank you, and thank you for blessing me with the opportunity to serve you in the Texas Senate as your senator. You know, as blessed as I feel this morning, on this really nice September morning, at the same time, we can't ignore that there are dark and heavy things going on in our world and in our state. Amen. I have a question for you. What do the border, social media, and school libraries all have in common? They are places where our children are being exploited. On the border, which is like, I mean, you don't even know where to start with the border. It is the fountain of all problems, so many ways. But we are looking at missing children. We're looking at deadly fentanyl that the cartels are profiting on by killing our children. We're looking at trafficking of women and children, many of them by the porn industry that profits from their misery. We look online on social media and the internet, and we see not just sexually explicit material, but that kind of material targeted at children, because that addictive, destructive material
it not only is bad for adults, we know that, the research is clear, but it's even worse for children whose brains are still developing. And we know, and I'm sure the porn industry knows, that when you get a kid addicted to porn, you've got a customer for life. And then last of all, we look at, even in our school libraries, sexually explicit material, where a kid ought to be safe. So, as a mom, as a baba, that's what my grandkids call me, as a follower of Christ, and as your senator, with the ability to do something about this, I made it my mission this past session to protect our kids any way that I could. So I passed House Bill 900 to protect kids from sexually explicit material in our school libraries. Thanks for your support on that. You know, the left is coming after us on this. Yesterday, September 1st, the day that all of the laws typically go into effect, the left was able to get a judge to stop that bill. And so we're going to keep fighting to protect our kids in our libraries. House Bill 1181, which protects kids online from sexually explicit material, because it requires age verification. You got to be 18 or older to access a porn site. Makes a lot of sense, right? But guess what? The state of Texas is being sued over this bill because this cuts in to the porn industry's pocketbook. But we are going to keep fighting for our kids. You know, then there's this category of bills that I end up having, supporting, carrying every session that I put in the category of don't make me come down there. And these are bills that you wouldn't think that you need to have a law about. But apparently we do. So I was proud to be a joint author on Senate Bills 12 and 14 to keep kids out of sexually explicit drag shows, common sense. And to protect their bodies when they are still children from gender modification before they have a chance to make a decision for themselves. And you know, those are all things I kind of think of as defense. But if we're going to really protect kids, we've got to make sure we're playing offense also. Many of you know my story, that I'm an adopted child. I'm the result of an unexpected pregnancy. My birth mom was a college student, and her family chose life for me and picked the best future that they could think of for me with adoption. And I was raised by two wonderful, wonderful parents who loved the Lord and loved me and gave me a fantastic beginning. And they are still, I know, watching from heaven right now. And I'm thankful for my birth mother who made that choice for me, who is with me still here on this earth, supporting and cheering for what we're doing for life. But we've got to do things for parents. And I think about what it must have been like for Linda as a college student, pregnant in 1963. She didn't have a lot of options. But today we have lots of parenting and pregnant college students. And don't we want to help equip them to give their kids a good future if that's what they want to do? Don't we want to help them get their college degree and support their own family the way that they can be proud of? And so that's one of the reasons that I also carry a Senate Bill 412 to allow just one little thing for parenting and pregnant students, that we already allow all of our college athletes priority registration spots so they can get their courses and build them around their work schedule or childcare. It's common sense, and I'm proud to do it. as your senator. But we've got a lot more to do. We've got a lot more work to do. Things keep changing. The attacks keep changing. The ways children are targeted keep changing. And you know what? There really is no place like home. There is no place like Senate District 8. There is no place like Texas. And I am going to keep fighting. You may have noticed that there are some who want to silence me. There are some who want to shut me up and shut me down. But I'm not going to let them silence my voice, because my voice isn't just mine. My voice is yours. And I'm going to keep fighting. And that's why I am so proud this morning, as I am surrounded here by family, by friends, and by friends that are literally like family, to announce that I am running again to be your Texas Senator in SQ. Like we've always said in SC8, come and take it, right? Well, there is a lot to do. And I hope that you will step here in the back. We've got a table. Please take a yard sign, put it in your yard this afternoon, sign up to help us. AngelaPaxton.com, you can go there. You can click on I'm with Angela and join us. I hope you will do that today. But I appreciate your support, and we are not going to stop until we know that we are keeping our future free. Thank you. As I'm kind of thinking, I don't know that there's really anyone that I know that has more experience with having a target on their back. But more importantly, experience in successfully overcoming having a target on their back than our next speaker. And you know, I've known this guy for a long, long time. And we have gone through a lot together. And I have watched him fight against insurmountable odds in campaigns, in legal battles, and to be very personal, I've watched him fight against what to me feels like hell itself. But I want you to know the emphasis there is fight.
Right.
And I have also watched this man fight for me.
That's right.
Fight for us
Right.
as a couple. And you can be very sure that if he's doing that, he's going to fight for you. Please welcome to the stage my husband, the love of my life, my best friend, Texas Attorney General Collin.
Thank you all. Thank you. I don't know about you, but I'm voting for her. You know, she has a motto: listen, learn, lead. Well, there's a fourth one that I would add, Angela, and it would be love.
Yes.
She loves God. She's loved me amazingly. She's loved our children. She loves all of you. And she loves our grandchildren a lot. So add love to that theme that she has.
Well, I want to thank you all for being here. It has been a blessing to be in Collin County since 1997. And by the way, thanks to the media for showing up today. I'm sure they're here for a good story. Actually, if you kind of kept up, you could read that I'm responsible for the JFK assassination and for 9/11 and everything in between. Just keep reading. But I tell this story, some of you have heard it because I've been around a while with a lot of you. Some of you were in my first campaigns like Sharon Albertson's, and I could list hundreds of people that have been a part of my life that have made a difference and given me an opportunity to do what I'm doing, which is serve the state of Texas. And so I always tell the story. When I got elected, I had been a state senator here, and by the way, I was the state senator for District 8. And we've had a lot of really good senators from District 8, but the very best one, way better than is Angela Paxton right here. But when I went to Austin, and initially the Constitution required that I live in the capital, whatever that meant. And so a lot of you were that I was moving to Austin, and I had to live in Austin because it's pretty weird, pretty liberal. And I was there for a little while, and I started saying, well, you know, it's really not that bad living in Austin because it's really not that far from Texas. So I want you to know it's way better being in Collin County. So today, I would love to talk about what's coming up for me in the next couple of weeks. I have a gag order on me, so I cannot talk about that, but I can talk about something that I think has become maybe the leading issue that we need to deal with as a county and the state needs to deal with, and that is something known as the Texas House of Representatives and the leadership in the Texas House of Representatives. We all know now the name Dade Phelan. We saw the videos of what happened. And we see his leadership. So I want to explain to you, a lot of people don't understand this because you're not going to read about it in the media. This won't be in the clip tonight. Very unlikely you can put it in. I love if you put this in. But the way the Texas House of Representatives works, and it's very important, then I'm going to talk about one issue that they have left us on, and it's just one example, only because of time. So the way the Texas House of Representatives now works is there are about, I think, 65 Democrats, and they have figured out that if they vote as a block, they get to pick the Republican who is their speaker. And the deal has worked. Whatever Republican gives the Democrats the most gets all 65 Democrats. And then that speaker has his vote, his or her vote, and has to get 10 more Republicans. Not that hard when you start promising committee assignments, good committee assignments. And so that's how it works in the Texas House. The Democrats usually have more influence in Texas over who the Republican speaker is than the Republicans do. That's how we get decision making in the Texas House that doesn't look like Republican decisions. And I'm going to give you one example, and that's immigration. I've got that example, but there are 3 different times I've watched them try to take away the ability of us to go after voter fraud in Texas. And you all know the first one, where they tried to reduce the sentence from a felony to a misdemeanor if you knew you were voting illegally. And you guys found out about it. They tried to hide it. As a matter of fact, the guy that brought the amendment, a Republican, Steve Allison, tried to blame me for it and said it was my idea. Well, nice try, but you know I didn't give him that idea. And so you found out about it. It got changed last session. But there were 2 other attempts to change election laws so that it would be easier for people to commit voter fraud. And the one that many people don't know about, I've never talked about it in public, it happened suddenly in special session 2 years ago. And I'm out meeting people all over the state at that time, and I found out from the Lieutenant Governor that the election bill, you remember the good election bill that was passed by the House, then it was passed by the Senate, but then the House in special session threw an amendment on that was a Democratic amendment but offered now by a Republican. And that amendment changed the law so that if we were going to prosecute voter fraud, my office was prosecuting voter fraud at the time, if we were able to prosecute voter fraud, we were now going to have to prove that they knew the law. Now, if I have to prove that you knew the law, I can no longer prosecute because I can't prove that anybody knew the law. And so it was a sneaky way for the Texas House, the Republicans, and I think almost every Republican voted for this. and it was never, actually, it was offered, I think, by a voice vote, so they didn't have to vote. And it was added in, and then the speaker's team told the lieutenant governor in the Senate, you have to accept our version. We're not going to conference. If you don't accept our version of this bill, we're going to blame you and tell the voters you killed election integrity. That was the strategy. So I'm communicating with the lieutenant governor about this, and we decide I'm going to write a letter to the governor, to the lieutenant governor, and to the speaker explaining how this election integrity bill is exactly what the voters need, except with this amendment makes it even worse than not having the bill. So I write this letter the same day. We put it together in couple of hours, sent it to all three people. We didn't advertise it, and then I get a call from somebody that I knew that knew some of the speaker's team, and they were very upset that I'd sent this letter, and then I was asked if I would talk to one of the speaker's top team members, a guy named Dustin Burrows. He calls me and he says, hey, didn't ask me anything about the bill. He said, are you gonna put this out in public, that we did this? And I said, not if you fix it. And so they went back and fixed that. They went to conference, and it never happened. But why did the speaker do that? Why did all these Republicans vote for it? Well, one, they were told to. This was part of the deal that he cut to become Speaker of the House. It would have damaged our ability to ever prosecute voter fraud. It would be over. We could not have done it. So we survived that. We survived the one I told you about earlier. The third one, the Court of Criminal Appeals, out of the blue, struck down a 1951 statute that not authorized but directed the Attorney General of Texas to prosecute voter fraud. Now, this was 1951. I wasn't around then, so I didn't have anything to do with this. I stepped into the role. We had been prosecuting voter fraud in that office for over 70 years, and the Court of Criminal Appeals said, sorry, the legislature can't do that. They can't tell you to do that. I don't know why, but they seem to think that become executive branch, that I'm not allowed to go to court. So if they're right, every attorney general in the history of the country is violating the Constitution by going to court. That's how ludicrous that decision was, and we have to deal with that. But here's what happened. So we put another bill together this session. It passed the Senate, got to the House to fix this problem, and the Speaker's team, we couldn't get a committee hearing. We couldn't get any hearing. We were told when we asked, the Speaker's team said, we don't have time for that bill. And so now, people responsible for prosecuting voter fraud are the Travis County DA, who was a Soros-picked person, the San Antonio DA, Bexar County, Dallas, Houston, Harris. They are never going to prosecute voter fraud. And so here we have the Texas House making 3 attempts, this one successful, to stop the prosecution of voter fraud. And why does that matter? Because if we can't prevent voter fraud, which we were able to do in the last election when Georgia went the other way, we were able with 12 lawsuits to stop that. And now they've said, no, you can't do that, and the House refused to fix it. So what I'm saying to you as we're going forward, we have to take responsibility for our own party, for the people that we elect, who sit there and tell us one thing. Oh yeah, we're all about election integrity. And by the way, this is just one issue. We're all about election integrity, but behind the scenes, because Dave Phelan had to cut a deal with the Democrats, we are taking your ability to stop voter fraud away. Every day we're doing our best to do that. That's the Republican House. Members of this delegation in Collin County are the ones that voted for this. So as I finish, I'm going to ask you to, one, pray for us as we go forward. I want to say thank you so much, because I get told that every day by literally seems like 100 people, and I can't hear that too much. But I really do want to tell you, and unfortunately Michelle stole my punchline, but it is, let's clean house. God bless you, and thank you all for being here.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our Attorney General, Ken Paxton. Thank you for being here, sir. And all of our elected officials and candidates, thank you for being here. We've got a couple of more things. On September 5th, the This is not arranged by the Attorney General or his team, or actually not even by the Collin County Republican Party, but a lot of grassroots members came together and they're going to the Capitol on September 5th. If you can make it, please sign up. There's a booth in the back, and it's a bus trip. I don't know how much it is, but few more seats are available. Please do sign up. We have a drawing coming up. So John and I, can you help me? John is a much better MC than I am. You guys know why I keep handing the mic over to him. So we have all of you who bought a ticket. We're going to have a drawing. If you guys can come up, we will do that. The first one, it's a hat, Collin County Republican Party. It's a brand new, hot off the press. We got it, I believe, a couple of days ago. And if we can get this. While we're waiting, there's more tickets coming in. Oh, I'm sorry. The winner has a choice of any one of these. A hat, a shirt, a $50 gift certificate to Outback or Saltgrass, any of those. Another $50 gift certificate for Cheddar's, all of those good restaurants. So the first winner is, Linda, would you like to pick? I want the $50 gift certificate. All right, the number is 6360426. 426. Going once. Going twice. You had to be here to win. So the next one. 6360426. Nobody wants the $50? All right, so we'll go to the next one. Yeah. It is 7179670. Close. 7179670. All right. All right. The number is 7179671. Nobody?
Getting close?
All right, I'm just going to have to take it all home.
If they go all day, we'll finally win.
7179671. All right. 7179656. All right, come on up. The number is 7179656. All right, the next winner is 6360429. 6360429. Oh, you're getting it. See, you're getting it. Why don't we keep the frame, I think. Good to see you, man. Come on, Linda. Come get you. All right. Linda won, but she's going to put it back. All right. The next winner is 7179691. 7179691. Got it? All right. All right, guys. The winner is 7179666. You're not going to forget that number, are you? 7179666. All right, we'll go to the next one. It is 6360407. Do we have a winner? 6360407. Keep going. 407. Yes, sir. Cam McCall. Come on up. Cam, you get to pick any one of those. I would choose Let's Go Brandon, by the way. 7179674. 7179674. All right, come on up. Cindy Patterson. We got one more. That's a winning ticket. All right, the last one. Ladies and gentlemen, the numbers are 7179672. 7179672. 7179672. All right. Going to the next one. It is 6-3. Did you win? Oh, you got him. Okay. All right. That was it. Judy Neal. Judy, you get to pick the last one, which is, you like this. Good to see you. You got it. All right. Thank you all. Please have your hamburgers or hot dogs. Meet with the candidates and elected officials. Just mingle. We have the park until 2 o'clock. So it's all up to you. We're done with our programs. Thank you all. Thanks for being here.